It's Tuesday night and I'm just a little bit wine drunk. So let's talk about books. And if you're on my channel and you know me, I don't read a lot of cis white straight men religious very often and praise them. But Sanderson he's an ally. Maybe. I don't know exactly. But I vouch for him. I cannot wait to get further into the Stormlight Archive. I never thought that the first words of a book starting with Seth, Sunsen Villano, something that sounded a bit silly at the beginning, would turn into such a big obsession and probably one of my favorite series of all time. Now, I'm this far into the book, so I think I'm a pretty good judge right now of what's going on. And wow. Now, don't get me wrong. I understood that Brandon Sanderson was going to be a great fantasy author, but going into this, I did not expect the depth, not just of the world building, but of the character work that he does. It's astounding. Sanderson puts a lot of thought into everything that he puts on the page. And I think every word is intentional. Every moment is intentional. He does not waste a single sentence in his book. I'm especially impressed with Kaladin, who at the beginning of this book, I kind of hated. He was kind of annoying. I didn't like him. He was whining about everything. I was like, okay, get over yourself, have your character growth. But about halfway through the book, I started realizing who and what Kaladin was dealing with, and I think it was almost intentional. I think it was purposely intentional the way that Sanderson wrote him, because I don't know if you're intended to enjoy him at the beginning, and then you understand his character and you understand what he's gone through and you understand what he's going through, and you start to understand, hmm, this boy's a bit depressed. Shalyn is an interesting character in this series as well because she is trying to do the best for her family. She is trying to do the best with the responsibility that has been laid on her shoulders when she really just wants to carve out a life of her own and she doesn't know how to navigate those waters. That was the line speaking. It is thoughtful, it is provoking, and it is insightful in character and growth and who we are as people. I think Sanderson puts a lot into his world building, and it's exciting and it's fun. There's a lot of politics, there's a lot of dialogue, there's a lot of action. But I think at the heart of what Sanderson is writing, and I'm only basing this off of the first 700 pages of a 1,000-page book of a 5-book series, all of which are like 1,000 pages, is that Sanderson understands character and growth. And he understands it on a level that I don't think most authors understand. The thing I'm really enjoying too about The Way of Kings is this buildup that's happening. The first bit of it is introduction. It's a big fantasy epic. You got to be introduced to your main characters in the world and kind of the setting and what's happening and everything that you're going to need to know to go further. The middle bit is a lot of exposition. It's a lot of boring dialogue and politics, and there's a few battles in there. Like, it's not the most exciting part, but like if you're a fantasy lover, it's part of the journey. It's the last bit that we're getting into that I'm really excited for. That's keeping me up late at night, saying just one more chapter, just another 10 minutes, another half hour. I have to be up at 7. It's 1:30. What's a little bit more to figure out what happens to this character next? I can already tell that Sanderson is a master of the setup and he is a master of the execution of the holy shit. I can't believe that's how the book ended moments. I don't know what deal with the devil that he made between Mistborn and this book to get this good, but it was worth every inch of his soul to do it. And I'm really glad he signed that contract.